Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. This is your first time here. Hi, my name's Kristin and we talk about all things fragrance. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 10 delicious chocolate dominant fragrances. I've done gourmand videos, I've done rich and sexy videos, I've shared fragrances that are great and appropriate for date night, and a lot of those fragrances have a predominant chocolate note in there. So I thought, let's just share chocolate fragrances. Let's talk chocolate. So if you'd like to know what my picks are, then keep watching. Now I've chosen 10 fragrances from my collection. So if you see anything missing, let me know in the comment section below. I'm always looking to add new chocolate delights to my collection. I love the smell of chocolate. And when it's done correctly in a fragrance, I think it's just so successful, so sexy, and so beautiful. Now for chocolate specifically, I chose 9 fragrances that I think represent chocolate perfectly in a unique and different way. If it's cocoa, if it's dark chocolate, if it's white chocolate. And I have one kind of wild card in there where a lot of people don't like it. I really like it and I kind of want to talk about it a little bit. So let's get into the video. Now a lot of these you've probably seen in previous lists, so there's going to be a bit of repetition. But like I said, I kind of wanted to get every delicious chocolate fragrance together in one list. I also wanted to try and find one fragrance from a different house and not have any repeating houses. But there's one house that just blew me away with their chocolate fragrances, so obviously there are going to be 2 fragrances from that house in this list. The first fragrance we're going to talk about is probably one of the most notorious fragrances just in general. It's got power, it's got presence, it stays on your skin forever, it screeches thousands of feet away, and it is the notorious yet beautiful McGlade Angel. This is the Eau de Parfum. Now this isn't just a chocolate fragrance, this is probably one of the fragrances that has the least amount of chocolate in it, but the chocolate is very predominant and I think is one of the more successful notes in this fragrance, which makes it stand out on its own. This is a powerhouse of a fragrance. I don't think you guys need me to get into how loud this fragrance is. You can literally smell it across a football field. It's pretty intense, but it's really beautiful and just gorgeous. So this is probably one of the more sophisticated fragrances on this list, but at the same time, it's still delectable and beautiful and chocolatey. Now, one of my new favorite fragrances that really utilizes chocolate successfully in a way that I think is brilliant with its simplicity is Wicked Good from Gallagher Fragrances. Now, this fragrance really strengthens the idea that you can have a chocolate scent that doesn't have a lot of fuss to it and have it be something that smells expensive, something that smells quality, and something where you wear it and you don't feel like, oh, I just rubbed a candy bar all over my body. There is a beauty to this because of the vanilla, there's the tonka in there. It's just really gorgeous. Now this fragrance really is supposed to focus mostly on the vanilla. And it does. It's a beautiful vanilla fragrance. In fact, if I do another favorite vanilla fragrance video, just so you know, this will be on that list. This is gorgeous. But what I love is just the fact that you get this beautiful kind of muskiness from the tonka bean. You get this beautiful vanilla and this like true chocolate smell. It just smells decadent. It's really beautiful. It's really luscious. It just smells like a dessert, but at the same time, it just smells like a really sexy fragrance as well. I love this one. It's probably one of the best chocolate fragrances out there just in general in regards to its simplicity as well as just how good it smells as a chocolate perfume. But if we're talking a literal translation for something that literally smells like a candy but still smells great on the skin, Panna London Pink Champagne Truffle is still one of the best. This smells like a literal translation of a chocolate. It's got some fizzy booziness in there from the raspberry, and then just this true chocolate note. It is gorgeous. Now, Panna London has a lot of great gourmand fragrances, and I think that this house in a lot of cases leads the way for very literal translations of ideas and inspirations from foods and feelings into wearable fragrances. It's why it's one of my favorite houses. But I think if you're looking at a chocolate fragrance that smells exactly like what it's supposed to be, but still has wearability to it and sex appeal, Pink Champagne Truffle is perfect. I love it. And anyone who's tried it, even if they don't like chocolate, they're like, this smells like chocolate. So if you're a chocolate lover, you will love that. If you are not a chocolate lover, you can at least appreciate that it smells like chocolate. Another great literal translation, and I talk about this fragrance all the time, is Helenut from Zyrina. This literally smells like you rubbed you rubbed Nutella all over you. It's just good. I've talked so much about this. I don't think I really need to go into it. Obviously, I wear it a bunch. I do really love it. It's gorgeous. It's sexy. It's fun. That whole brand is fun and campy, but they create solid scents. So really love that one. This next one I don't have a bottle of, but I will be getting one probably, hopefully by the end of the year, and it's from Sucre Parfums, and it's wine and chocolate. Now, when I did my overview of Sucre Parfums and I shared my favorites, aside from Mancera, this was like my top favorite. I also really like the Guerlain because that smells like a camping experience. But wine and chocolate was beautiful. Beautiful wine scent, like you can really, it really smells like a glass of wine. And the chocolate in here is rich and luscious and decadent. And that's why I really enjoy this one. It's a beautiful take on a romantic fragrance. It's chocolatey, it's winey, not in the bad way. I really like it. It's a very true to what it's supposed to be scent, wine and chocolate. It does smell like you're drinking a beautiful glass of just a really robust red wine and you're eating some really expensive chocolates, and that's where your night is going, and that's what you're gonna smell like, and it's fantastic. Now, if I'm talking about the house that had two fragrances that I thought I had to include, it's from the house of Guerlain. We have Gourmand Coquine and Iris Ganache. Now, Gourmand Coquine is definitely celebrated as one of the best gourmand fragrances out there, one of the best chocolate fragrances out there. I definitely completely agree with that notion. It had to be on this list, like it had to. There's no reason it wouldn't be. But I wanted to include Iris Ganache because A, this is my unicorn. This is my baby. But it is a beautiful iris scent, but what makes this fragrance super successful is that really beautiful, scrumptious white chocolate note. And it kind of makes it marshmallowy and it makes it creamy, and it really pairs with the powdery aromatic iris beautifully. And I just think this comes together to be a unique and beautiful gourmand fragrance that a lot of people think centers on iris, but I think it really has a foundation in that white chocolate. If you're looking for a chocolate fragrance that's more wearable, that you can wear every day, all the time, you can literally just spray yourself and doesn't matter where you go, you'd be appropriate, I think ChocoViolet is beautiful. Obviously, there's a theme, these last two fragrances, beautiful aromatic florals paired with a delicious chocolate note. I love the addition of flowers and chocolate. I think it's really successful, and it's a really smart combination that you don't see very often. Not that you don't see florals and chocolates, you don't see that predominant floral and that predominant chocolate. They go together really beautifully. ChocoViolet was a fragrance, and every time I talk about this fragrance, I have to just thank the Critical Virgo for putting this in my direction. We used to get together when I lived down south, and we'd have like sniffing parties, and she loves Mancera. It's like one of her favorite houses, and she loves the scent, and she had me smell it, and I was just entranced. So ChocoViolet is a beautiful, and I mean a beautiful chocolate scent, but it's got this gorgeous kind of almost like grapey aromatic violet note in there. On the skin, it comes off more chocolate. When you smell it like this, you smell more of the violet, but it just pairs together beautifully to create a unique and beautiful experience. And what I like about ChocoViolet too is a lot of people, I notice, a lot of people who prefer more androgynous or more masculine fragrances tend to shy away from chocolate sometimes. And I find that if you're one of those people that prefer more unisex or more masculine fragrances, I think ChocoViolet would be a great fragrance for you to just kind of dip your nose into, so to speak, and smell and try, because it does come across as a very unisex, kind of somewhat bordering on masculine chocolate fragrance. I can't mention my favorite chocolate fragrances if I don't have Coco Blanc in here. Obviously this is from House of Matriarch and I love this. This is a yummy and delicious white chocolate vanilla treat with some beautiful spices in there. It's gorgeous scent, I love it. This is probably one of the fragrances from House of Matriarch that I wear the most, and I just endlessly enjoy wearing it. I know I smell delicious, I smell spiced, I smell aromatic, I smell creamy, I smell delicious, and it's really sexy too. This is another great gourmand fragrance too that is heavy on the chocolate that I find would be really appropriate for anybody who prefers to wear any type of fragrance. So if you prefer feminine fragrances, this would work very well. But if you also prefer to wear predominantly masculine fragrances, this is actually really good too because of those aromatic spices in there. It's gorgeous and it's delicious, and there's definitely a reason why this is one of her most hyped, most cult favorite fragrances. And now for the wild card. The reason why this is a wild card is because it will completely depend on your body chemistry. This is kind of like Memoir d'une Odeur from Gucci. If it works on your skin, it's gorgeous. If it doesn't work on your skin, you want to scrub it off as fast as you can. What I like about this fragrance is that it smells beautiful and like kind of like a powdered cocoa like in the opening, and then becomes like a fruity fragrance with chocolate undertones. And it's chocolate mat from Masaki Matsushima. And I kept mispronouncing Matsushima, so that's why I was looking at the bottle. So this fragrance, beautiful, also affordable. I found this like a year ago at TJ Maxx for like $6. So really it's an affordable fragrance. On my skin, it pulls way more fruity, way more fruity. I get this beautiful kind of soft, powdery kind of Cocoa Puffs opening for the first minute and a half, and then it kind of dissipates and disappears into the background and lets the fruits run the show. But I do find that this fragrance is successful because of that chocolate note, because it kind of balances and rounds out the fruits. Now the issue that I've seen and heard other people talking about this scent and smelled on other people, because this is one of the favorite fragrances that a particular friend, when she would come over to the house down south, she'd like to raid my perfume cabinet. It can smell kind of rancid, like again Memoir d'une Odeur. Like there's a note in here, well that note specifically chamomile, but with this there's a muskiness to this that smells a little too close to like wet dog. I've seen someone else, when I was looking up the notes again to bring this to you guys, because I wanted to make sure I got my notes in my head right in case I needed to mention any predominant notes. I just was reading through the Fragrantica reviews just for fun, and I was just seeing that people agreed with me. I just wanted to see if I wasn't the only one, if there was something about this fragrance that just smells off. It doesn't smell off. Let's just throw that out there. It doesn't smell off. It just really depends on your body chemistry. So that's why it's a wild card. However, it is very affordable, ridiculously affordable. So if you like chocolate and you run into the bottle of this, 10, 12 bucks, and you want to try it, I think it's worth trying. If you don't like it, you can probably swap it or sell it. A lot of people seem to be interested in this, although not many people talk about it. But I would say that it is worth experiencing if you like chocolate fragrances and you like fruity fragrances, because if this works on your skin, you are going to love it. So that's my thought on Chocolate Mat, and that's why it's at the end of this list and not at the beginning. It is a wild card. It does depend on your body chemistry, but if it does work for you, I think it's really beautiful and an affordable, wearable fragrance. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I wanted to share some delicious chocolate treasures with you, so I hope you enjoyed my picks. If you agree or disagree with any of these fragrances, let me know in the comment section below. And if you see anything that's missing and you're like, why isn't this part of your list? Or if you have any recommendations for other delicious chocolate fragrances, I'd love to know what you guys recommend as well. Let me know in the comment section below. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye!